Hey guys, what up, what up, what up? So Chrisean is in jail and the folks are missing her. Although they say they're not missing her, they're saying it's peaceful now that she's in jail. But I'm going to be presenting some of these comments today on this particular video. Toothless. This person said, Chrisean is in jail. We are so at peace. She's in the jail cell. And we have been sleeping really well lately. And then the Z's are there. I hope it gets extended. So it looks like if Toothless don't have any love for your girl, Chrisean. My goodness, Toothless went in. Toothless says, we are sleeping better. We are resting uninterrupted with all these shenanigans and the circus. Kind of reminds me of when Trump was in office. You guys remember we get up in the morning and we were so anxious. What the hell is going on now? What did he tweet now from the toilet bowl? Because he would sit there in the bathroom. He even said he, text from the bathroom, from the commode. Or maybe it was one of those malicious reporters. So, you know what? To be on the safe side, I'm just going to say allegedly text from the commode. So I used to say, my God, we don't even have a break. But when he was out of office, that's when we got our break with Obama. So it's kind of similar with what's going on with Chrisean. She's in jail. She can't tweet. We can't hear from her. And so things are kind of quiet now. We can rest easy at night, folks. But hold up, not so fast. The circus master is about to get out of jail. And who might that be? Mr. Blueface himself. He's due to come out in July. And the person said, I hope it gets extended. And I just got to chuckle and laugh because they know they're missing their Chrisean, no matter how much they say they're not.
All right, so I just want to address the hate train because, hey guys, I'm the bitch hating. I love it. It's like y'all pay a lot of attention to me, so I appreciate the love and the hate.
You know what they say about publicity, guys? Whether it's good or bad, it's all good. So it's all good with Chrisean. Whether you hate her or love her, she is loving it. She eats it up.
The hate is just as welcome as the love. So, keep hating. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got haters, you ain't. What? So another commenter responded to the first person, and Ree said, we're never going to be at peace because you keep bringing up her goofy name. Ree also said, you're a fan. You're a big-time fan, or else you wouldn't be mentioning her at all. But Chrisean loves it whether it's good or bad, whether you hate her or like her. Thumbs up, down, it doesn't matter to her. Poppin', nigga, what the fuck? And plus, stay tuned for everything else. That's what I like about this shit. Run me my bag, babe. Looking like this. Another fan wrote, I looked up the symptoms based on certain characteristics of the child, especially the crying. This is what the fan said. The syndrome is known as cry-to-chat syndrome. I've never heard of it. But if you guys agree, drop it in the comment section. Let's listen to a little clip of the baby crying and see if it's in line with this syndrome. So it's alleged that the child has fetal alcohol syndrome. But if the child does have that, then that high-pitched cry is not from the fetal alcohol syndrome, because cry-to-chat syndrome is genetics. That's something with the genes. It has nothing to do with the alcohol drinking. But Chrisean said the doctors would have told her if there was anything wrong, if he had any type of syndrome. But a lot of times if you don't take the child in, you don't know. You would not know. And sometimes you need to point certain things out to the doctor that they may overlook. So what y'all think, folks? Y'all think she knows something? Maybe the doctor told her what is the matter with the child and she's not giving us the info. She's not letting loose with information. In other words, folks, she's hiding it. She's hiding the info because not everything you're going to tell the public, let's face it. Remember, she was not the one who told us the baby had a hernia. Blueface revealed that because he wanted her to take the child to the doctor in an expedited manner because he said she was dragging her leg. He said that's the only reason why he posted the hernia, to get her moving, because she was doing all these trips and shows and putting aside the child's health. But in all fairness to Chrisean, she said the appointment was already booked. All she had to do was take the child in. So he didn't have to post any type of hernia on the internet. But that's how we found out. So maybe she's hiding something else. Maybe this syndrome that everybody keeps talking about. But I heard something new. There was an ENT doctor and she said the cry and that wheezing kind of sounds like some kind of airway difficulty going on there. And the child should really go into the doctor to get a checkup. Another person observed that Blueface might make fun of the baby because he's not caring like that, when it comes to hurting Chrisean's feelings. And he may make fun of the baby. Maybe that's why she's hiding it from him. And that's what another fan said, and that's a possibility. A lot of times, if you have a man who is simple-minded and can't absorb the fact that something's wrong with the child and you really need to be responsible and not make fun of the child, the mothers may not tell the father because they know the father is not mature enough to handle it, and they may keep it a secret. Maybe that's what Chrisean is doing. It's all alleged. I think Chrisean doesn't want to give him any more ammunition not to claim the baby because he already said it's not his. The child don't look like him, and he said the DNA is suspect because it didn't say 100% his. Just a possibility of him also being the father or him being the father. He's not ruled out, in other words. That's what it says. He's not ruled out of being the father. So that means who else is ruled in? That's what I want to know. But the point is, Blueface does not trust Chrisean because Chrisean has even made a video that says if Blue is going to do him, she's going to do her. So if he's going to cheat on her, she's going to cheat on him. That's what it pretty much said. So he don't trust her. And he said he's tired of people looking at him sideways because he thinks Chrisean has slept around with a couple of people, including Offset, allegedly. Guys, remember, Blueface is 24 and he's still sowing his oats. And if something is the matter with this child, I don't think he's going to take responsibility. I really don't. To me, he's not mature enough. Because I think he's going to take the stand that the DNA said you're 99.9% possibility of being the father. It was worded kind of peculiar. It should have said you are the father 99.9%. But that possibility was in there. Possibility of being the father or possibly being the father. So that's kind of implying that maybe you and Johnny and Stephen and Jim, maybe there's other people who they are considering. It was worded kind of weird, I must admit. I think out of all of Chrisean's videos, I think this was the craziest one. Because this is the one where she was drinking. She asked for another bottle. She was about 5 months pregnant. And she was talking about she can get rid of the child tomorrow. She can make the child go away tomorrow. So to me, this was like the craziest video. Her eldest sister was telling her, we don't do that. Not in this family. Mommy had 12. If mommy had 12, and I was thinking the same thing. If your mother was strong enough to have 12 and she didn't stay with your father, now they're back together, I think. But surely you can have the one. But Chrisean said she had gotten rid of about 3 already. And this was like the 4th one. And she was thinking about doing the same. And her sister was saying, don't do it. And she did say they were all for Blueface. And he was on the same page for her to do away with him. And she And he, I guess, decided to have this one. They talked about it, she said, and they were on the same page. They were seeing eye to eye. And then the first big fight they had, or maybe many fights, let's face it, she said he changed his mind. But when she went, she also decided she wasn't going to go through with it. But when she went, the nurse told her she's too far gone. So it just appears to me like they're using this A word as contraception. Getting rid of a living thing that's growing inside of you is not contraception. You need to put a rubber on it. You need to strap it up somehow. You need to use some type of pills, the women, the IUD, whatever is on the market. But the A word is not contraception. You don't get pregnant and then say, well, I don't want a child. And then you repeat it over and over, because this was her fourth, that she was thinking of doing the same thing to this baby. So young ladies out there, if you find that you're in that compromising situation and you can't stop, and you're not stopping to take any pills, and you're not stopping to put on some type of condom, the man not putting on the condom, just don't have any intercourse. Abstain. There's a word known as abstain. Okay? That means you don't do it at all until you're ready to walk down the aisle and get married. And on your honeymoon, that's when you should do it. Because some of you ain't got no kind of willpower and no kind of common sense. So wrap that thing up, put a lock on it, and throw the key away until you're ready. Let all the cobwebs set in. Okay? On your honeymoon, you clear the cobwebs away. Because Lord knows some of you don't have no type of willpower. None whatsoever. How are you going to get pregnant over and over and do away with a child? And then you still repeating the same thing over and over? This would have been Chrisean's fourth A word. Let's listen to the video. It's crazy. It's the craziest one that I've heard.
My nigga, I woke up today knowing I don't want a child no more. I don't want no fucking kids no more. I don't think I want to be a girlfriend. Get yourself together. Where the bottle at? Oh my gosh. Drink it. She asked for another bottle. I'm just saying, you got no liquor? Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me. No, you can't have no fucking liquor.
You see how she was so cavalier in saying that? With no thought. Not thinking, not consciously thinking that this is a life. This is a living being.
I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me. No, you can't have no fucking liquor. You don't want to have a kid. I don't want to have a kid. I got my passport, my license.
So another fan said maybe she was drinking excessively, trying to get rid of the child. But I am telling you, it's so callous. It's so malicious and evil. Because it was a pregnancy that both of them planned. And because he changed his mind, she's going to change her mind. It doesn't go like that. When two people agree on a pregnancy, if the one person changed their mind, if the man changes his mind and you're already in full bloom of this pregnancy, surely you can say, well, you don't want a child anymore, but this baby is half mine by genetics. So I'm going to keep my baby. That's all you got to say as a woman. But not because the man don't want it anymore. Then you're going to say, well, I don't want it either because he don't want it. So you're not having a child for you. You're having a child for him. It makes no sense. You should have a child when you're good and ready. And it is nice when two people are of one accord. Two people agree. The man and the woman agree. But if the man ever changes his mind, you have to be strong enough in your willingness to still have that child without him. That's because you want the child also. You should not get pregnant for somebody else. You should get pregnant because you want it also. Back 100 said she did not let up with the drinking and the smoking. Let's continue.
Fuck you going? Where you going? To another country. You still can't have a baby in this country. No. Why do you feel like you need to leave James? What? We changing the subject. Oh, word. Change it. Yeah. Let's talk about... Yeah, one part. But we're not doing it. We don't believe in it. Come on, we not. I have 6. And that's some cornball shit. You know, we're not corny. When I first met Blue, I got pregnant. All right, well, listen, scratch all that. We not doing that part, bro. Right, we not. But that's some cornball shit. We not. You know when you're
So when his sister said, forget about that, scratch all that, what I was getting out of her, what I thought she said was, that's in the past. We're not going to discuss that. Let's talk about the present, the here and the now. This child that you're carrying, you keep this child. That's enough getting rid of children in this family. You keep that one that you have, because we don't do that. And you pretty much have run amok. That's what I was thinking. You pretty much have run amok with these children that you are getting impregnated. You get deliberately impregnating yourself, hoping that Blue would say, yes, I want a child, and then get rid of it when he says no. And it's crazy, folks. What about condom? Women have to be responsible enough. If the man does not want a child, you can't trap a man with a child. And if that man tells you don't want a child, don't try to get yourself impregnated by not having him wear a condom. Because remember, he don't have to take care of that child for 18 years. You have to. Okay? And if you don't want to use a condom, you just say, okay, buddy, you don't want to use a condom. I have locked up this kitty cat and I'm throwing the key away. Until you use a condom, then my kitty is going to say meow and start purring again for you. But until then, the key has been tossed away. Let's continue.
Baby, not hurting babies. I will drink a shot for you. We're not doing that, Sean. It's already a cornball, baby girl. If it make you feel better, we won't even gotta drink this. We don't gotta drink this. Fuck this, Tessa. Let's just pour it back. Let's just not drink it until she can get, on one accord. Let's not drink it. Fuck that shit. I really could care less about it. You know I don't give about it, but I'm definitely not let you say some shit like that. And you gonna be mad at yourself. Let's go to the doctors tomorrow. Yeah, to find out what we have. And nigga, fuck as you keep talking about. No, to see if it's his baby. Because he want to know so bad. So you don't drink shit. Yes, and I know it's his kids. I don't care. I'm still killing it. That's the fun part about it. Can we go?
See, she's not even thinking about what she was saying in that moment because she was drunk or high. But she was drunk. She had a whole bottle before she even made that statement. And she said, I'm still unaliving it. And that's the fun part of it. That's the craziest thing because remember, when a man does not want the child that you're carrying, the child is not only his, the child is yours also because you have half of your DNA in that child. So if the father don't want the child, then it is up to you to say, listen, you don't want a child, that's fine, but it's my child also. I'm going to take care of my kid and you're going to pay your half of child support, period. And it's a wrap. But don't get impregnated to keep a man. Get impregnated if you want the child. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of these guys are going to say, after you've been pregnant, after you become pregnant, and they agree that they want a child, 9 times out of 10, a lot of them run. Because they don't want a responsibility, but you got to hold them to the fire and make them pay that child support because it took 2 to bring that child into the world. They don't have to take care of it, but they have to help with the bills. Let's continue.
What you doing? Listen to yourself. What? I don't know what to do. I don't want to do it no more. I give the fuck up. You don't have to deal with him. You still can raise your baby. You gotta leave your emotions out of it. Sometimes you got no emotions no more. Alright, so you cannot do that to the baby though, Muda. Bro, listen, mommy don't even. How many babies did she have? Your baby is your blessing. Oh man, matter of fact, I had to be set down to be detached from a male that I was so attached to. That I thought, oh, that was the love of my life. I'm talking about you. You seen it? The whole family seen it. Alright, I'm detached. I don't want. Okay, so why are you saying that about the baby? Cause that's his baby. I don't want his baby. I don't want to have nobody baby no more, bro. I'm over it. Shit. You're not listening. I am listening, Muda. Like, I don't want to have a baby no more. You're keep saying, I'm bullshit, yo. I've been on the side. Let me just get this abortion. Leave it alone. My emotion. I love you. You're my sister. You're strong enough for this. I can have a baby in a happier relationship. I can have a child when I'm cool. I'm not cool right now. I don't want to have a kid.
So right now she's having a moment, and we can't force anything. Are we going through with it, Buddha?
What, abortion?
No, getting the DNA and finding out the finding out the sex of the baby
for him.
Yeah.
So you know that was his kid.
The blessing in all this, though, it doesn't matter what the baby have, if he have something, if he doesn't have something. The blessing is that Chrisean loves this child to death. She really loves him. And it's an unconditional love. And that's, to me, that's the working of God. God put enough love in her heart for that child that she would unalive anybody who tried to take that child from her. That's how deep that love is. And it's really ironic because it didn't start out that way. She would have happily done away with that child. If her sisters had given her the go ahead, she would have done it. But God is good. God is good all the time. Let's continue.
And we're not going to abort the baby, yeah? No.
I don't care about whatever this is in my stomach, though. I want to be free.
What you feel like jail when you wake up?
No, we're not happy, so there's no point in having a kid. No, I just want to go to sleep and don't wake up. Stop. What the fuck was all this crazy shit?
So what she said, she just want to go to sleep and never wake up. That was a cry for help. And that was a statement that got one of her sisters so concerned. But that was really a cry for help. You know, they should have enrolled her in some kind of counseling class, you know, just to see a counselor one-on-one, to straighten out everything in her mind, because the same turbulence she went through while she was pregnant carried over to after the baby was born. And all the stress and anxiety is still playing out because now she's locked up. And I'm sure she's worried about who is, you know, I know Marsh is looking after the child, but I'm sure she's worried about if the child is being taken care of the way she would take care of that child. So I'm sure she's worried because she really loves her baby. Let's continue.
This is why because when you gotta understand you're my sister, so when you say stuff like this is why my response is always, what the fuck is this nigga doing? I need to just get on my shit. I'm on my shit, but I'm
okay. Listen, no relationship, no situation should ever mess up what you have going on. You know, how long you been feeling like this, Sean?
At least the eldest sister recognized that she was depressed. Chrisean was depressed. When you thinking about doing away with yourself, that's a cry for help. It's telling other people that you need help. And I'm surprised they did not enroll her in some type of therapy or something. So the next clip, we hear WAC 100 going in on Chrisean. Well, actually telling it like it is. Telling what he saw. This is not made up. This is not speculation. He was there. He saw it. Let's take a listen.
People are saying potentially has birth defects and so forth, and she's telling people like, oh, shut up, y'all don't know what you're talking about.
But we're all parents. But the child's about 8-9 months. Usually about that time, child's already crawling, he's reaching, he's grabbing, he's responding. In some situations, taking their first steps. So, people see that when she goes live, mothers and fathers are going off of what they see. And the response of the child isn't what it should normally be, right? I don't think she understands that because I think her upbringing is like, that wasn't in her life. People concerned, I'm concerned. But I understand her mentality. Some shit you can run from it, but you can't hide from it.
Yeah, this ain't fetal alcohol syndrome. That's the rumor. I don't know it's true. I hope it's not true. But it's like, man, you're pregnant for 9 months. You could avoid drugs and alcohol for those 9 months. Get as high as you want to get when the baby comes out. It won't matter unless you're breastfeeding.
So that is WAC 100 being interviewed by DJ Vlad. Let's continue.
People were putting up clips, videos, and they was pulling up on her while she was pregnant. 2, 3 of them went up. Her doing all kind of shit. I wouldn't allow her to do anything around me. She know I'm gonna say something. But I hope for the baby's sake. But if I had to make an educated guess, I would say that the baby needs to really be checked out, and whatever the diagnosis is, and catch it early. Maybe it's something that could be done. But, she has to stop taking it as attacks or taking it as, people trolling. Like, when it comes to kids, it ain't even about her. It's about the kid. It's about the kid.
So what Chrisean is taking it to mean, she thinks people are being mean to her. She thinks people are laughing at her child. She thinks people are just not putting her baby in the best of light. And even the picture, she will say, well, that's not a flattering picture. But she doesn't understand that the baby's facial expressions, if it's very unusual, you need to check it out because it could be something else that is going on. The crying is the same thing. If the crying is not like the normal crying that you would hear in a baby, you check that out. If the baby's having this laughter that sounds like hiccup and then like a gagging sound, it's not a usual laughter, you need to check it out. And it might, and I dare say it's not a laughter, it's actually a respiratory distress signal. And I know in one of the videos, Chrisean thought the baby was laughing, but actually the baby was in distress. Breathing difficulty. Let's continue.
It's about the kid, man. It's sad when I see it. And isn't she wanted? Doesn't she have to turn herself in over something? And she's saying she's not going to do it? Or
she got a couple felony warrants.
Damn, a couple of felony warrants?
Legal. I know legal's been contracted for a few. They're in different states, and then she has a situation out here, as we all know. Whatever happened at the Braxton situation.
Incidentally, since this video came out, Chrisean has been apprehended and she was taken into custody when she went to Blueface hearing at a courthouse. They nabbed her. So now she's sitting in jail waiting for her day in court. The next clip up, we hear Clarissa saying that maybe that's not her grandson. She goes back and forth, wishy-washy about whether the child is Blueface child or not, based on what he says. But in this clip, we hear her saying, Jonathan, Blueface eyes are not spread apart. How come this child's eyes is spread apart? Guess what? Chrisean's eyes are spread apart. Haven't you noticed, Clarissa? Let's continue.
Jonathan's eyes are not spread apart. Jonathan's eyes are close together. They don't look like my grandbaby. He don't look nothing like my kids. Because he look like Damon Omen. He don't look like my son.
Now, Clarissa always talks about people coming for her grandson. And no one should go after the children. Nobody comes for the kids. But she herself just came for her grandson in this clip when she said he looks maybe like Damon Omen. Damon Omen, as we all know, was The Omen, the movie The Omen, and the little boy who played the part, his name was Damon in the movie. So what is she calling her grandson? The shade. The shade. Now, who is the evil one? Who is the evil grandmother? I should give her a new name. Clarissa de Villa.
Sure don't look like his daddy. Jonathan barely look like his daddy. He might have my little lip thing, but that's about it. All of that came from her side of the family. That baby looked just like her and her people.
That he don't got his grandmother, you feel me? So it's like, for you to talk about somebody baby eyes being far apart.
Clarissa, I think, went too far in that video. She was cloud chasing. She just wanted some hits. So she just said something off the fly, just came in her head, and she said she wasn't thinking, because there's a possibility of this child being your grandson. And you put out a video like this where you're saying his eyes are too far apart and all of that is from her side of the family. Jonathan Eisen look like that. He, my grandson, all this here. That's going too far. Because he just might be your grandson. And then what then? You're going to be looking at those videos. And he is going to look at those videos when he become a young man. And he's going to see what you said about him when he was a baby. And remember, once you put it out there in YouTube land, you can't take it back. Because somebody, the second you put it out, not even the minute, the second you put it out, somebody's already uploading it.
It's okay.
So Chrisean saw the video and she got salty and she clapped back, and here's her clap back.
He's never going to miss you. He don't know you. So it's cool. That's why he got his grandfather downstairs and our parents in Baltimore. It's weird how you his grandmother. I can name 3 celebrities that's not related to my child and talked about my child as if, like, we supposed to be crying because you called my baby. So I don't want to hear this. Oh, I want to see Junior, but want to talk about Junior. Like, call your son. You know why? You can't call your son, bro. That should tell you a lot, bro. He don't like you.
Yeah, she drank, and because I hear the cry and I see what y'all see, I do feel like there could be some type of neurological problem. I do see that. I'm not blind and I'm not dumb. I'm not fixing to play blind or dumb. I'm prepared. I'm prepared to go get my matching helmet with my baby if he need a helmet.
See what I mean, people? All these digs, you know, all this low-key shade, all this coming after this kid in a very slick kind of way. And she don't think that we picking up on it. We pick up on everything that she says concerning Chrisean Jr. And it's really sad that she puts out all this information that she thinks something is wrong with the child, and if the child needs a helmet, we all know that means. We know what that means. The minute you say, oh, maybe you need a helmet, I'm going to get my matching helmet to match yours. You're calling the child slow already, and the child ain't even, a year yet. And always talking about people talking bad about her grandson, while she's the head of the pack when it comes to talking bad about her grandson.
That's not the same as you calling somebody. Jonathan's eyes are not spread apart. Jonathan's eyes are close together. They don't look like my.
And then she tried to qualify her statement by saying it's not the same as calling somebody retarded. Yes, it is. The minute you say that child may need a helmet, that's what it means. And she doggone well know that. But she trying to play coy, thinking that we stupid out here.
As you leave the page, don't forget to hit the like bell and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. Thank you for watching.